Hey, what's up you guys, it's Little Blood Drip. This is not a very exciting video, but I don't know, I just want to jump on the cam and talk about it. So basically, I just want to talk about where I've been since the no alcohol experience. How's my drinking been, I guess to say. I just took a couple sips of the one I have for tonight or whatever the hell, but it's in the other room. But I just wanted to explain that, like, I feel like, so I drink high noon for the most part. They also have like a 4 pack instead of like a 12 pack or what, 9, whatever the fuck it is, I don't care. Um, and basically, I've been getting the 4 pack instead because it feels like it's less and I don't feel as bad than getting the whole fucking 12 pack, 9 pack, whatever, and then smashing that whole thing and being like, oh, I need more. You know what I mean? But it's still the same shit because even if you got 2 4 packs, a 4 and a 4, so that's 8. You know, do your math and all that crap. Um, you know, 4, 8, 12. If anything, 4, 8, 12. Fucking basically, it'll come out to around the same. You know what I mean? Than what would be in a 12 pack or a 9 pack or whatever the hell, right? So like at the end of the day, even if you had 4 and then you went and got 4 more, it's like getting a whole pack. So at that point, it's like, might as well just get the, like, if you're gonna fucking drink, then just get the whatever, dude. You know. But I will say I haven't really been doing like harder liquor, or like harder shit. Like I usually like rum, so anything Captain Morgan, sometimes. But more so like the rum chata, I really like a lot. I like Bailey's. So anything on that sweeter end, I kind of like. And then seltzers wise, High Noon is my favorite, and then I used to have second favorites second favorite, the Monster drink, the Monster Energy ones, but I don't think it has the energy, but it's Monster alcohol, whatever the hell. Those are not bad too. But basically, I keep feeling, so since that no alcohol experience, I went back to, I did it and it was great, and I think I learned a lot and everything, and then I chose to just go, not that doing that experiment was stupid and there was no point and stuff like that, but a part of me feels like it wasn't no point because I ended up going back into it anyway, and it's just like, okay, then why do you take the break? You know, I still think that the break had its importance, and it still does. I think, you know what I mean, just to have that clarity of 20 whatever days, to actually sit down and go, okay, to see what my life is like without drinking every single fucking day. Now I only usually have like 1, at the most 2, a night, you know what I mean? But even that, it's like, I've been trying to really do just the 1 a night, because then it's like, okay, you have your fun, whatever the hell, but then like, try to cut this shit out, you know what I mean? But I never really, I can do 1 a night, but there's still not a sign of action of me going, okay, I had 1 a night last night, then nothing tonight. Have I thought about doing that? Yeah, plenty of times. I've been just like, you know, every time you run out, it's starting to feel like weed. When I would, you know, smoke flower and shit like that, it would be like, whenever you run out, okay, you gotta go get some more. But it's like, do you really though? It's up to you. You know what I mean? But literally, I'll be at work and I'll be fighting with myself about like, oh, okay, like in the morning, it's like, okay, we're gonna go get it. And then it's usually towards the end of the day because I just like, you know, work and do my shit and whatever. But I'm just like, okay, so when I'm like in the parking lot leaving, I'm like, okay, are we going or we're not going? And I'm literally like, sometimes I'm literally yelling at myself about like, okay, well, if you want to go, then fucking go, Jacob. I don't know, if you don't want to learn shit or whatever. And it's like, how about, can you not like do with 1 night and stuff? And it's just like, I know I can, because I've proven to myself time and time again that I can handle, like, I'll be fucking fine if I don't have a drink tonight or tomorrow night or the next night or whatever. I can handle not doing it. But if I have the choice and I have the money to go do it and go pick it up and whatever the fuck, then I'll do it. You know what I mean? But is that a good excuse? Underline, circle, highlight, excuse. Because that's, you know, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You know what I mean? But I don't know, I just was talking to my girlfriend about this earlier. And I was thinking about making a video. I just been wanting to make a video in general. So what's up? I'm back on the camera, back on the regular cam. What's up? It's still going. But anyway, I've been wanting to make a video. It wasn't necessarily this video, you know what I mean? But I'm just trying to like figure out like, because I keep feeling like I want to quit.
Just do it!
And I know it's up to me, and it's all it is just don't do the thing, you know what I mean? But it's like, if someone put the two opportunities on the table and was just like, okay, here's your choices, you do it or you don't do it, I'd be like, if I can, I'll do it, you know what I mean? But is that a good reason, excuse, you know? No, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I was telling myself in the car when I was driving home, just like, I was talking about weed, but still same thing, same shit. If you are looking at only the positives of the drug, the alcohol is a fucking drug, so it's all fucking drugs. And just looking at the good parts of it and not looking at the bad, then you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're not being honest with yourself about just being like, yeah, like, you know what I mean? Because then I'll have moments where I'm just like, oh yeah, I noticed sorry, talking about weed so much I forgot about the drinking. No, I didn't, obviously, so I'm making this video. No, but yeah, like with the drinking, like, so I've been just noticing, like, it doesn't help me eat, it doesn't help me with going to bed, it doesn't help me with, like, I feel like it kind of helps me de-stress, you know what I mean, like calm down a little bit, but really does it, because then I'll be like, leave me alone, fuck off, I don't want to talk, I just like, is that better than just like, you know what I mean? Is that worth it? That's what I meant to say. Is you sitting there feeling like relaxed, but then you're still like cunty and you're still like aggravated, and I don't want to, like, leave me alone, like isolation. That's the best way I can put it. It's like self-isolation. Then just don't do it, because then you won't do that. And if you do that, you'll do it in a healthier way of just like, hey, sorry, I just don't want to talk, instead of just being like, you know what, fuck you, you know what I mean, start going off about nothing that matters, and then next day you'll wake up in the morning and be like, fuck, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that whatever the fight was about doesn't matter, obviously, you know, I don't know, I just don't like fighting when I'm drunk. It just, like, even if I feel like I made a point or I got something across or whatever, it's still like, yeah, but it's not, whatever. If you're gonna do that, then might as well just don't do that and have a conversation, a normal fucking sober conversation, even if it's just me smoking my weed pen or my vape or whatever. I'd rather that, with relationship wise, whether it's a girlfriend or it's people at work or it's whatever, you know what I mean? Than to make trouble, you know what I mean? I'd rather have a conversation than to just full out crash out and whatever. Crash out, as the kids would say, yeah? I don't know. I'm acting like I'm not still a kid, you know what I mean? By the way, my birthday is coming up pretty soon. I should be 28, so I'm not technically a kid anymore, but I'm always a kid at heart, so fuck it. I don't know, I just wanted to talk to you about my progression with the alcohol stuff, and I feel like I'm on a better place with it, but it's still, like, not where I want to be, but also trying to accept that, like, it takes a bit, and, like, you're trying, and you know when you're trying and you know when you don't. You behind this video, you know when you're doing good and you know when you're fucking up, you know what I mean? And you gotta be honest with yourself and just sit down and be like, dog, I feel like I've been drinking more than I would like to, or dog, I feel like fucking I spent all my money on weed, or dog, I feel like when I was doing the pills, fucking this shit is like starting to fuck my life up and I'm having trouble with everything, and like I don't care, you know what I mean? Like that. So just having those honest moments with yourself, that moment of clarity, that's why it was important to have the no alcohol fucking thing. It's been okay. I feel like I've been drinking less. I feel like, okay, let's be real, I feel like the alcohol isn't even really a problem, because I only drink at night, whether it's an off day or a day at work or whatever. I'm not gonna get into, oh yeah, the fucking, I think it's better if I drink during the days that I work versus I think it's better if I drink during my off days, because they're both bad. They're both bad, and they're both like interrupting what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? With just fucking whether it's your purpose or you're just trying to relax, you gotta learn how to relax without the alcohol or the marijuana or the whatever the fuck. The marijuanas, the Sorry. But yeah, so I used to do like a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Not all like at the same time, but I've done my experimentations, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm coming out of that, and it's not just my age, it's just how I feel, you know what I mean? Because, I don't know, I'm just getting tired of it all. Even smoking my weed pen, like I like the Delta 8, Delta 9, Delta 10 type fake weed bullshit that they've been selling over here. And you can get it like, I don't know, most states, I don't know, I would think so. I've been liking that better than the actual weed pen of like this is dabs and this is like the oils or whatever the fuck, because I feel like the real one gets me fucked up too much, and I take 2 hits and I'm like, it's good and I'm fine, or I'm having anxiety, and I don't want to have the anxiety bullshit anymore. I'm not trying to disassociate. I want to be in control. I used to not want to be in control. I still don't want to be in control sometimes, you know. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm kind of drawn to drugs. It's because I don't want to like worry about shit, you know. And when you're not worrying about shit and you're avoiding it, just like something with the pills or something like that, or drinking or smoking weed, or I do fucking, you know, a little bit of this, I do a little bit of this, you know, whatever. I've never done this, and I've never done this. God bless, you know what I mean? I'll say that. I'm on a better path with the alcohol stuff, but I'm still trying to figure it out as I go. And it's this video might not even come out. The reason why I say that, especially with these type of videos talking about drugs and all that kind of crap, is because I do want to do videos like that, but I understand it's being very vulnerable with you guys and everything like that. I'm not saying that I can't be vulnerable with you guys, but it's just like, you know, it's hard to talk about. I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's easier to talk to a camera and not throw it out, just to vent to the camera, and that's the end of the story, you know what I mean, than to actually like, okay, now I gotta edit this out, you feel insecure about, oh yeah, just whatever the fuck, and then drop it, you know what I mean. Not saying that I do feel insecure about dropping these videos, I don't give a shit, you know what I mean. I'm just trying to be honest so that people who do the stuff or know people who do stuff, it helps them get a better understanding, you know what I mean. That's why I talk about drugs on this channel sometimes, not all the time, is to like try to help people. It's not just to be like, oh yeah, fucking marijuana's great and nothing's gonna ever happen and you can do acid 15 times in one day and you'll be fine, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. I've been trying to do it at the end of the day and keep it to the end of the day, you know what I mean? If I can do it at the end of the day, just one, I feel pretty like, okay, cool, that's good enough, you know what I mean? Now would it be better if I didn't drink? Probably, you know what I mean? But that's better overall, not better in the sense of like, do I feel better? No, I probably feel like uncomfortable and I'm just like, fuck, I don't want to drink, you know what I mean? But it's for the better being, the, you know, overall fucking picture of the shit. It's good, you know. I hope that makes sense. But it's okay to use drugs, but when you feel like that's your whole fucking life and that's everything, that's the only thing you see, you tunnel vision on that motherfucker like this, then it's not good. If you do drugs, whatever. If you don't do drugs, good, you know. But who am I to say that like my drug habit is worse than yours or yours is worse than mine? It's not about whose is worse and blah blah blah. It's about your own journey and all that crap. And if you have people around you who do stuff and you do stuff, or you do stuff, they don't do stuff, or you don't do stuff, they do stuff, at least you can at least see it and hopefully have conversations about it and just be like, yeah, I don't know, I've been doing crack cocaine for 5 years. Why do you, you know, in a respectful way, why do you feel like you need to do that? I don't know, man, I just had a hard time back in 2016, fucking my wife died, this and that. Oh shit, you know, like you never know what's like on someone's plate or what they're dealing with up here and stuff like that. So just try to be like, not like walk on eggshells for them, but like try to understand. If you don't understand, at least like try to hear them out, I guess to say, with all this drug stuff. Because I know there's a lot of stuff surrounding like, oh, fucking addicts is all like, it's all negative type shit, which, you know what I mean, to a certain extent that's right, but to the other extent they're just people at the end of the day too, and stuff like that, you know what I mean. I don't know. But But I just want to tell you my experience with the alcohol shit. You know, I mean, I never thought alcohol was going to be a problem, but I feel like it's been more of a problem these days. So I don't do pills anymore. I haven't done pills. Like, sometimes I take ibuprofen and abuse that just for the fuck of it. You know what I mean? But I try not to because it makes me kind of dissociate. So I try not to do it so much. I've been trying to, like, no pills, no nothing. None of that crap. You know what I mean? And I'm only doing, like, ibuprofen because I can't get the real shit that I want to get. You know what I mean? And I did have a time of, like, oh, a little baggie of, like, ibuprofen, Midol, Advil, fucking Benadryl, whatever the hell. Just dumb shit. My little bag of candy crap. Whatever idea my brain has to reasoning that, yeah, that sounds good. You know what I mean? Pretty much. Even though I know that it's like, it's bullshit. It's all bullshit. And don't fucking, you know, you got better things to do with your time than to do drugs and shit. But here am I over here drinking and smoking and whatever the fuck. But anyway, I did want to add that, like, I feel like I drink less than I smoke, because I smoke usually all day long. If not, like, there's been days where I feel like I still have to bring the weed pen on me to work, even if I don't touch it at all day. It just has that, like, comfort thing. But I understand that, like, your success and you doing good and everything and you thriving and everything and growing, it doesn't come from comfort. It comes from being uncomfortable and stuff like that. And do you have to be uncomfortable to grow? Not necessarily, but if that works for you, then you know what I mean. But you got to study yourself and stuff like that. But this is already going on a little bit longer than I would thought. But I just want to jump in here and talk about my alcohol stuff and all that kind of crap. It's been better, but I feel like I'm leaning on it a lot because I don't have the pills. So I've just been doing my drink, smoke my nicotine pen, smoke my fake weed pen. At the moment, I have the real one, but haven't really been touching that one because it just freaks me out and whatever. Too much anxiety and bullshit. So that's where I've been at with that. I don't know. I just wanted to make this video, even if it's just me to watch and be like, damn, I remember when I used to be all fucked up and now I'm like doing better. So like that's cool, you know what I mean? So it's like, I just want to say that to be like, not like living proof that like you can do better, but like an example, I guess to say. An example to do better. Because fucking you can do better shit with your time, you know what I mean? And like I said, to each their own is their own stuff and whatever, and I don't judge whatever you do. But like, there's more to life than just taking drugs and getting fucked up all the time and like chasing that dragon and being like, oh, I want to smoke, so I'm gonna smoke, or I'm gonna do this or whatever, or like, damn, I feel like getting cigarettes, I'm gonna go get cigarettes, and it's like acting on impulses. I think that like I want to quit, but I don't want to quit because sometimes it's not even missing the substance or the whatever it is. It's the thought of you romanticizing it as such a great thing, and then when you do it again, you're like, oh, this shit sucks. Why do I spend money on this? Why do I spend my time on this? Whatever it is, you know what I mean? But yeah. So I'm gonna end it on this. I've been doing better. Still drinking, but I got it to I try to keep it to just like at night, and that's it. One drink, that's it. Every once in a while, like if I go on vacation and there's none, I'm okay with there's none. Haven't really been touching the pills. Sometimes ibuprofen and stuff, but that's about it. So I'm doing better. And then the ibuprofen I really try not to touch because it's just like, it's stupid. And just like, what are you doing? What's the point? And da 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 da. Smoking weed, I've been doing better. I'm trying to like, I want to be more present and I don't want to be like elsewhere. Because my brain already kind of puts me elsewhere because I'm thinking about all this crap and I'm always daydreaming. Is there anything wrong with thinking about a bunch of stuff? No. But organize it so it doesn't stress you out. Is there anything bad about daydreaming? No. But like if it's taking away, if it's bringing you out of this present moment where you are now, today, fucking May 2nd, you know, that's when I recorded this. So yeah, that's today for me. But yeah, I've been really trying to just live in the moment of today. Today is Saturday. We went to work today and fucking, you know, I've been having trouble with the car tire and stuff, but I'm gonna get it fixed on Monday hopefully. And then I just worked all day and da 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 da. I did some inventory. I did some I helped some customers. I did this and that. I did this, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Now I'm home. Laundry's going right now. I got my alcohol and my other stuff in the room and whatever. My girlfriend's home, so I'm thankful for that. And it's just putting myself in that mental of like, okay, just worry about tonight. Don't worry about tomorrow. Don't worry about yesterday. So I've been trying to tell myself that too. It's more of just like little things I've been trying to do for myself. Of just like stay in today, breathe. It could be better, yeah, it could be worse. Hey, that new shit on the motherfucking main channel, LBD, Low Blood Drip. That's it. That's the main channel. Go check out that song. Could be better, could be worse. Fire. Anyway, yeah, I just want to sign out with this. So, it could be better, it could be worse. Speaking of my song, with drugs and stuff like that, like, only you can be the one to sit down, and whether you're sober or you're not, you have to have that moment of just clarity to sit down and go like, okay, I can see outside of myself and see like, I've been doing, let's say it was someone who's like, I've been doing cocaine for like 5 years, you know what I mean, but I don't got a problem with it. And then they sit down and go, yeah, but it's ruining my marriage and it's ruining my jobs and ruining this and it's doing that and da da da. Okay, then that's probably something that you should probably be mindful of. So that's what I'm saying. Be mindful of your usage and your addictions and whatnot like that. Try not to let them pile on, or you just get lost in the fucking sauce. Fucking try to have some discipline with yourself to like try to keep it organized so it doesn't screw up your life and it doesn't whatnot. Because a lot of this too is that people think they don't have a problem. Like, I don't really think I have a problem, but then sometimes I'll look back and be like, fuck. You know what I mean? And it's much, like I said, it's much better now than it was before, so I'm thankful for that. But I remember being in that place of just like, fuck, man, two, 3 drinks a night, and I'm taking pills, and I'm smoking my weed pen, and I'm doing my nicotine pen, and then I'll go in the car and do the Galaxy Gas bullshit thing, or whatever the hell. And like I said, it just fucking stacks on, and you get lost. But now I just smoke my fake weed pen, the Delta 8 and all that crap at the moment. My nicotine pen from work and whatever. That's my like usual whatever. And then they're all my fucking usual, what I'm saying. And then the drink, and that's about it. So I'm doing better than I was doing. You know what I mean? And like nah, I'm gonna cut that. Don't need that. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to talk to you guys about that kind of stuff and talk about my addictions and stuff. I'm sorry that I didn't do this with a clear head and I'm already kind of like screwed up. Like fucked up. Like I drank a little bit and I smoked my weed pen or whatever. Because I'm just trying to chill for the night or whatever. But I hope that you got something out of this video. Or I hope that you learned something from this video. Or I hope this video helps you start a conversation with yourself, with others, with your family, and be like, hey, I think I got a problem, and then let's see what we can do to figure it out, you know what I mean, and whatnot. And just like, it's just like my music and stuff. Like a lot of my songs is like Xanax song, me talking about drinking, me talking about cutting myself, me talking about this, and just like, I'm not, for all those things, I'm not in that place anymore. I'm trying to do better and like no self-harm and like drinking less and smoking less weed pen, Delta pen, whatever, flower, whatever. I don't do the flower anymore, that's why. I just do the pens now. But I'll sign out with this, the actual sign out. It could be better, it could be worse, but be aware of what you're doing, your actions, the stuff you say, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Be mindful. Be patient with yourself. If you have someone to talk to about this kind of stuff, you know what I mean, and it's not your parents and stuff like that, because sometimes it's not parental figures, and I understand that because I'm kind of like that. But I hope you can find someone to talk to about that kind of stuff. And fucking talk to me. Throw it down in the comments and we'll chit chat about it, for real. I hope this opens the doorway so that we can have conversations. You and your friends, you and your dog, you and your cat, your bird, whatever. Whatever you gotta, like, I'm serious though, for real though. Have conversations. Study your progression. Study where you kind of like trail off, and what might trigger that, or what feelings make you feel like, oh, this happened today at work, so that means I gotta drink when I go home. Like, it's not even like, it's just like it just happens. It's hard to explain. It's a decision. At the end of the day, it is a decision. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I hope there's something that came out of this freaking video if it does come out. But LBD, but not LBD, because that's the channel this is going on. And thanks for fucking watching this video if you did. And I was just talking about drinking and all of that shit. Hope you come back around. We probably won't talk about drugs, but I'm trying to play some Mario Kart instead of trying to get buzzed. Hey, that's it.
It could be better, yeah, it could be worse. Darth boy pulled up in a hearse, and I need help.